This is your daily market review for Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025. Let's go.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well.
This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review. Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025. Hopefully you're having a good day. Again, as we talked about with the markets, new money, new month, pump potential action. We know there's some tariff news potentially coming this week. Everyone keeps talking about the taco trade. At this point, again, seasonality. If you have the Stock Traders Almanac, it's typically bullish to start the month. You have some choppiness coming up. It's rather interesting, though, as we get into this, I don't know, the thick of things. Again, the market typically goes up when the M2 continues to grow and the liquidity and the big, beautiful bill. And again, I'm not going to sit here and speculate on anything for certain because, again, by the time the news comes, the move is already priced in or things have already happened. And again, I think a lot of people are looking for certainty about what's going to happen. And what I can tell you right now is for certain that the market's going to be what it's going to be. And it's going to be sloppy in the summer typically. Now, it doesn't mean we can't go higher or lower. But here's what, I keep reiterating this. Focus on what is working. Stocks that are going higher and acting better, trade those if you want to go long. If you're short certain stocks, again, the ones that are underperforming are the better ones. And don't be surprised that there's going to be a plethora of names that just don't do shiznit, because if the market's chopping around, they'll chop around with the market. So again, I don't know if you guys heard the name Gary Williams, but he talked about this many years ago when I first started trading, was hanging out in the early 2000s. And he said, you need to identify who are the players in the summer. And the players being, you have your bench warmers, your starters, and your superstars. And I always love that analogy. He's like, find the superstars, because money will flow into the superstars in the summer. And then ultimately you have some sort of pullback August, September, and then the whole market typically rises in the fall if things are good. In my opinion, I think that I don't know how many years he's been spot on. I mean, when I heard that analogy back in the early 2000s, and it's always been right. Find who the leaders are. So if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room, link description below. I appreciate all the love, support, and generous donations. If you'd like to donate, link description below. Again, this channel is for education, learn how to trade. Again, whatever you end up deciding to do, make sure you speak with your financial advisor and consult with somebody that can help you with this, because again, this is for education only. You are in charge of hitting enter and deciding what is best for you and your family. So again, people ask like what I like. Again, I like material names. I like the certain tech that, again, cybersecurity names. I like certain names in general, but I don't like blanket saying I'm bullish or bearish. I'm rather kind of neutral because I could make a case for either direction. But I like commodities. I think they have a floor under them because of the geopolitical risk, because of what ultimately people don't really understand. Like in the end, manufacturing needs inputs. Again, as I said, I mean, I think inputs are very undervalued. Some of these stocks are trading at 5-7 PEs with, again, the potential for higher growth because of the underinvestment in commodities. Again, I could go down that rant, but I'm not. If you want to chat, hit me up. 30 minutes. Let's do it. Again, like, subscribe, posting on Twitter. Also, ideas in the Discord room. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Again, I talk about this so many times. There's videos on everything, and there is a video on the first and last 3 business days of the month. Ding, 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 ding. There it is. If you are not familiar, watch this video. Telling you. Oh, man, anyway. Again, if you're new to the channel, check out Discord. Also, check out tradingagent.com. Tons of great resources, insights, things. Again, recommended reading. 3 books. That's all. It's funny. I'm holding up 4 by accident in my hands. 3 books. That's all you need. All right. Fear and Greed. 56? No, that can't be right. Really? We're back to 50. Man, this was at 63 today. Earlier, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Again, at this point, I mean, anywhere between these levels, I mean, you could have higher market, lower market. Again, when you get to the extremes pinned out, it's when you get a little more obvious that something's going to do something in the direction. Extreme fear, extreme greed, you should expect the opposite moves. So, Fed and Watch Tool, nothing coming up in June 18th. Bitcoin, as we talked about, I don't really, again, I don't really like Bitcoin at the way it's acting. It kind of reminds me of what gold's doing. Again, I like these names longer term potentially. Again, if they act, acting as accordingly. But second quarter typically seasonally kind of a transition out of some of these names. And again, I'm not going to say I know for sure anything because we don't. But this looks like a big ass chop range. Again, Bitcoin has not been leading. Everyone says it is, and it just isn't. It's just been kind of a big choppy, sloppy range versus, say, gold. Some of the other supposed hedges. Well, we'll see what happens here. Again, high and tight isn't bearish, but you got to get over these highs. You just got to. Gas, again, as we talked about, oil, I don't see much of a downside with geopolitical risk, again, recession stuff. We'll see. My point being is watch. This feels like a little double bottom. Again, if you can get over 64, we got higher highs coming. Natural gas, again, I like natural gas long term. I was really hoping we get more of a pullback, but you can't get everything you want in the market. Dollar seemed to have bounced today. Again, I'm not surprised after a big now move, we consolidate. TLT, as we talked about, zooming out. Bonds, the market can go higher with higher interest rates. I mean, it's not like interest rates are always low. But here's the thing, again, that I'd be watching with the interest rate structure is that as long as we hold here, I think the market's getting pretty comfortable with rates around, especially mortgage rates in the 6s and 7s. We'll see what happens. Again, I don't necessarily trade bonds very often, but when I just watch them for volatility. The VIX, we talked about the 17 level coming. You got it. Now we're chopping around. VIX termination today, rolling out of the VIX. Yeah, VIX kind of typically makes higher highs. Again, I'm not saying we can't go higher in the markets, but it's just an interesting thing. Again, this is what I think some folks do really well is they pair trade, right? They have some shorts, they have some longs, and then they manage their positions. Keep it simple, stupid. SPY. Everyone's saying 600 now. I mean, that close doesn't really look bearish. As we've talked about, I mean, you have a consolidation pattern here after a gap up. Big, beautiful spending bill. I mean, beautiful, defined beauty. Just keep an eye on this thing, right? Because it could go high. We could right back to the highs. I mean, here's the irony. Let me go. Do you want to go back in the time machine with Dan? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go back all the way to 2008. Because this was a hard time in the markets for most people. Excuse my about to sneeze. Let's go back in time. So not necessarily a reminiscent exact chart, but here you go. Like you had this big pullback off the highs. Then you made a slightly higher high. Then it started down. So if you're expecting the world in recession, things to get worse, don't be surprised. I mean, you could even call this here. It was if we make new highs before we drop. If you do think things get worse with all the tariff crap, again, I'm not going to sit here and project because again, I thought. Again, I mean, I've had this. I've told this story many times. I thought Biden administration ran the economy like shit, but the market still went higher. And so if you sat there bearish the whole time, you got absolutely butthurt. Everyone has to learn that lesson again. Whether you like the administrations, the government, what they're doing. Again, stocks typically go up because people are buying stocks. Again, shorting is a trade, not an investment. We'll see what happens here. QQQ holding up again. I'm not a fan of the QQQ longer term. I'm more a fan of the IWM. In industrials, materials. I love how the IWM has just lagged. Again, if you look at the actual relative value of the QQQ SPY PE ratios to the IWM is significantly 40% cheaper than buying the SPY. I think SPY is 23 PE, IWM, not 40% cheaper, but I think it's 15 or 16 right now. You do the math, 8 on top of, 8 on top of, 30-something%. So yeah, do the math. DIA, again, I like small caps. Again, consult with financial advisors. This is all for education. It's just talking about. Dow, I don't even know why I'm showing it PAAS. It doesn't matter. It seems to be holding up. Gold, as we talked about, the seasonality of the second quarter is legit. It's typically weak or consolidative. We're getting that. You're welcome. People are like going nuts on silver. I'm like, just wait. Now, can we break out? I don't really trust it, but it doesn't mean it can't go without me. GDX, again, I like how the miners are acting up here, back at the highs, but do we get the follow through? That's a good question. Again, I mean, if it was like third quarter, man, if this was mid-December, again, if Eric's listening, again, I'll refer Eric because Eric's been a good friend of mine who's been trading and doing really well for a long time, has followed the channel, also gives great insights in the Discord room. You know, if this was mid-December, you're buying, but not now. Without, you know, not now meaning like with confidence, like uber confidence. Sorry for the Discord chat in the background. AEM chopping around again. Typically, you want to see the leaders lead. AG finally catching a buzz and a bounce. This thing's gone nowhere for a while. Newmont again, 58 levels, not catching up. Can we get over it? Pass. Again, buying Mag Silver, I think for $20 a share or something like that. Looks okay. Again, it's just names. I mean, I'd be super excited if the seasonality was better. And again, it's not that they can't go higher. It's just I'm just going to play in different sandboxes. Taiwan Semi, again, I'm not a big fan of chips, but we'll see what happens here. Micron, some of these names have bounced. Again, we talked about that. And here's Micron taking over the 200-day, coming into the downtrend. We'll see. Trash floats last, or is this actually a start of some of these names have absolutely been kapowed. Right? Like we talked about blow off tops. I told him like, hey, you're due to bounce. All right, well, we'll run the fib on it. I mean, you're not even the 0.382. And I mean, I said this a long time ago. And again, go back and watch. I don't like AMD in some of these names. I think AMD actually is a little better in some, but they're due to bounce. How high, how fast, how strong? I don't know. This seems like, here you go. Nice up move, consolidates. If you can take out 120s, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Again, I just wouldn't short. I like shorting NVIDIA, again, because it's market cap, law of large numbers. Looks like a head and shoulders top. I mean, if you got the 144 area after earnings, you got the goods. But I don't know. We'll see what happens here. I personally don't have any shorts on right now. So took them all off or stopped out. So SNCI, I don't know. Intel. We talked about there's a trade here from 18 to 20s. I don't think there's I think it's a buyout target at some point. And if it's a buyout, it's not going to be at a premium. AVGO earnings coming up after the close on your good friend Thursday. That's one hell of a move. Again, I know Apple's dumping their relationship. We'll see. Again, be careful. If you have profits going into it and you're not taking any and hedging, fucking high as shit. Excuse my language. SMH, again, we talked about the consolidation period. It's not really leading. It's lagging. Let's get into some of these tech names that are interesting. Adobe, chopping around, watching the 20-day. Again, Apple seems to be consolidating. We've talked about this, and I said this in yesterday's recap. This could be a big bitch for people trading Apple because it could just go in this mode. So, no touch. No touchy. And for me, I mean, again, I think you could make a case for shorting and longing at certain points, but at this point, nope. Amazon at the 100-day, worth a watch. Meta feels like it's going back to 700 plus, maybe fill the gapper. And we talked about the bottom trading. I don't have any Meta anymore. I was playing actually Metu. Amazing trade. Again, if you bought this thing, we talked about it down in the 20 area. Hot diggity damn. Near term, again, lost for words. No, not really. I mean, you're making new highs and inside consolidation day. We'll see. Again, I personally, Mag 7 aren't really my favorite. Certain ones are better than other. Again, I think Meta to me seems a little more, I don't know, just in a better place than some of these names, especially for what they potentially are trying to go, at least headline wise. We'll see what happens. CRM, again, this is not looking too bad for a bounce, actually. Keep an eye on that one. Putting that one in there. Watching 260 again. I'm not trying to be bullish only, but I mean, it just seems Tide seems to be lifting, and all this stuff seems to be going higher. Keep an eye on it. Guggenheim. Interesting. Congress loading up. We'll see. I mean, these things are big consolidation patterns. Just leave them alone. Microsoft seems to be holding up well. Keep an eye on it. NDAQ again. If you believe in the shorting of the Nasdaq, meaning just that the volumes will move from tech to other assets, then NDAQ should lag. Again, I think I like it up here, but not right this moment. But I'd be watching this area. Put on your watch list. MicroStrategy. I know some folks who took this again. Cooping the boys. and girls. I should say girls because I know there's women in the Discord room watching this. Looks like a nice bounce again. If Bitcoin's going to break out, I feel like you need Bitcoin to break out if you really want to get over this blue zone. Sipping on some coffee here late in the afternoon. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. I mean, it makes sense. If it's going to go, it's going to go. Netflix talked about the blow off top during the first and last 3 business days. Tried to get in a little around OPEX. Tried to short here. Was right and then wrong. I feel like we're in the blow off stages. Keep an eye on it. Roblox. Can't. Missed this in the 20s. Not going to chase, but nice move. CrowdStrike earnings after hours at the 450 area. What a gift, potentially. If you're looking at the Discord room, again, I'm going to say, come to the Discord room if you want to see what people are posting on this, because it makes sense. I'd be watching this 450 area, not necessarily to sell puts for the long term, but if this gap's down tomorrow, you might be able to sell some puts for the weekly. Keep an eye on it. PanW, again, we like these names, cybersecurity names. Cybersecurity stuff is not going to go away by any means. If anything, to me, it's more going to intensify. So keep an eye on this stuff. Tesla, again, Elon's out there with an opinion. Cool. We'll see what happens here. Again, we talked about this. Nice up move, consolidates. That's how it plays the game. Let it consolidate. I don't think we're done going up yet, but I would also, again, I'm going to just Tesla 230, or sorry, 330. I'd be watching that. I know they got some rollout to autonomous driving stuff coming up in the next few weeks, so we'll see what happens. Palantir, again, they keep getting government contracts. I don't really, this has been just a beast. I wouldn't short it, but also not really looking to buy it. Insight, again, you're welcome. Talked about this being a buyout target. If you bought it in the mid-50s, hot diggity damn. HIMS, spending money like left and right. Again, I don't think they have any competitive advantage over if anyone wants to compete with them, especially a big tech name or someone with deep pockets. We'll see what happens here. That candle looks fugly. Baba, keep saying I'd like to look at this at 110. Didn't get there. We'll see. Baba is on my watch list. McDonald's, chopping around, going nowhere. Starbucks seems to have bottomed, but it's choppy. But okay, can you clear the 50-day? Airbnb and Bizzle. I kind of like Starbucks 50-day there. Just a watch. Airbnb seems to be holding up pretty good. Coin, chopping around. Again, they got added S&P 500. I'm not really, I don't know. I just don't think they're the best in class. But they're just like, everyone thinks, oh, they're crypto. Obviously, they're a crypto play. DKNG, again, betting is not going to be usually good during the summer. Again, I personally think ESPN and all these companies come out there, they're going to compete. And it's like, man, there's no money in this. Meaning, like, there's not a ton of growth potential. Like, it's a very saturated market. We'll see what happens. Costco, man, it's been holding up really well. Again, this thing has been a beast. Your guess is good as mine. If they're selling all those gold coins, I guess they're ripping. FedEx, we talked about this. Mid 215, 214. Keep an eye on it. XLF, again, it's hard to expect the market to dump when it's holding the 20-day and the financials look all right. Look at Hood. Things that you do, breaking out. Talking about buying this down by the 200-day. Congratulations. You caught a double. Congrats. JP Morgan. Again, banks. I don't like this stuff. I don't like banks. But how can you short the market with confidence if this stuff's holding up? Bank of America. They're all holding the 20-day. Golden Snacks. Chopping around. Carry, right? Look at the carry yesterday. We talked about that long wick. Seems to be holding up. Again, I'm not sitting here going to say the market can't go down, but it doesn't look like it wants to right now. XBI, again, we talked about buying this when it was oversold. Liking it. Jets, even the freaking Jets can get a W. Holding the 200-day. XHB, again, housing feels, I'm in the housing market, can tell you, again, if you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, and you don't hit me up, again, I don't know why you wouldn't. Again, if you trust me, you believe in me, I'm going to look out for you, which loyalty is something that's important to me. I appreciate to help you out. I appreciate the opportunity to help you out. XHB, again, housing even catching a bounce. Let's get into some of these commodity names because they look so fudging good. Bristol Worldwide. Dow, keep an eye on that. CE, right? 20-day. These have all had really nice moves off the lows. Keep an eye on them. CAT, Meow. Caterpillar, right? I like this one, chopping around. Deer. I mean, again, just for higher prices in time. Like Deer's been holding up, watching 20-day. Nucor, we talked about the steel tariffs. Nice bounce. There you go. X, we know it's going to get bought out at 55. Nothing to do on this one. IIN. Look at these names. Some of these names we talked about. Breaks the down channel. Now it's consolidating. Worth a watch. VALE. VALE. Keep an eye on this. If it gets over the 200-day, this thing can get cooking. Arrow. Like this one a lot. Consolidating bottom. Blow off. Like smash. Smash. Hulk smash. Back to the range lows for the last couple years. And here we go. You get over the mid-14s. I will see you at 18. I'll see you as a minor. Getting the minor age. We can buy cigarettes, I guess. Yeah. FQVLF. Again, like Arrow a lot. Watching this. I mean, 15. Here we go. Copper. I like copper if you like it staging. Keep an eye on it. First. Freeport McMoran. Same thing. Staging. Consolidating. Ready to make the next leg. Yeah. URNJ did not get the bigger pullback I wanted. Someone announced their, was it Facebook? They're all going nuclear. I'm like, damn it. I want the backside of the trend line. Again, I'm not shorting it, but it looks like it's going higher. Again, I'd wait for pullbacks, and if it does, great. CCJ, same kind of thing. This one's been holding up pretty well. I don't think you can chase it. It goes into consolidation modes. CF. Gotta love ag. We talked about it. Talked about it. Keep an eye on this stuff. Mosaic just continues to be slow grind higher. Now it could get into some spots where if you look at the, if you zoom out here, again, I'm not going to, well, shit, for time purposes, too late. We're already running over time. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes right back into the low 40s. That's what I'd watch for the next major consolidation phase. Again, congrats. SQM said, put this on your watch list. Look at this today. Yeah, thank you, Interactive Brokers. Look at today's action.
Market data connection.
Opens lower, traps out, closes higher. Now, the volume isn't great. So here we go. Let it chop, then buy. Right? Oh, did I put the arrow target up here? Yeah, 18. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm drawing. So SQM. You want to buy a commodity name? There you go. With tight stops, NTR, back up near the range highs. Aaron identified this yesterday with the gap fill. You're welcome. Nice volume today. Seems bound for higher prices. If you're going, what's your next idea? Probably down to this near-term target, 34s. Again, if you bought this at 26, you're right at 34. Was that 27% return real quick? Again, if you leverage options, maybe you're making 100, 200% on your options. Hot diggity, damn. I like it a lot. I've got some June and July call options on it. Kalu. I got aluminum. Hello. That one's looking real good. NP. Hello. We talked about rare earth metals. Watching this. Hello. Keep an eye on it. Remix. REMX. This is the remix. I mean, you got that really. Oof. 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 36 again. Oof. I'm just taking lows. I'm like taking notes. I'm like, what? Just again looks so damn juicy. Look at Cliff. Cleveland Cliff. Again, as we roll through the commodity names. Look at this. Blow off, and then somebody's look. I mean, they could just get. It's like fucking A. I mean, look at this. They can buy unlimited shares in the 5, 6, 7 range. It's like, oh, someone's gonna make some money on that one at some point. Is that gonna be you? Solar. Back on the first solar train. Again, Coop saw it too, seeing the call options and stuff. If oil holds up, I don't know why we wouldn't bounce back somewhat. Sedge, again, I'm not a fan of these names, but just seeing that they're holding up. Good old ENPH. I don't like their technology, but due to bounce. First solar, again, hit the 100-day, said watch for it. Got the box, gap down this morning slightly. Opened at the 100-day, a little lower. And then was like, this mother is coming right back. Okay, that was a bear trap. Take a moment to actually pull this up. Here, I'll just show you on the 10-minute. Look at this mother fudger. Look at the open. And then right back. That, again, volume isn't huge, But that, my friend, is a trap. Like, oh, the world's going to right back. Get all the bears to just go, yep, high five, bro. We're kicking ass. All the bulls give up. I mean, at some point, it looks like it's coming back up to this, I don't know, probably 200-day minimum. Keep an eye on it, back on the first solar train, got stops. Again, just manage your trades. HYG, it's tough to expect the market to dump if corporate debt's holding up. Let's end it lastly with oil names. Oil seems to be holding up. Natural gas, I hate the UNG. I'd rather short the KOLD on massive bounces, but we've identified them all, but you're not really getting any at this point. XOP, we talked about range highs, channel highs, backing off. 50 days seems to be holding. Again, if you bought the gush down in the 15, 16 range, you might, if you trade around it, might be a good place to start adding a little back. We talk about gasoline names typically lead. They're not riding crush. They're just consolidating. Valero, same kind of thing. Seem to be consolidating. ExxonMobil said put this on your watch list. I would, I don't know, maybe a July options, sell some puts here. I mean, I don't know. I don't really like selling puts with the VALE at this level, but man, you want to play some ExxonMobil? Keep an eye on it. BP. Are you with me? I talked about backtesting the trend line. Again, I like these names. Occidental. I mean, sometimes there's not really a ton to say. We talked about, Buffett buying. You're welcome. Devon Energy. Again, I like all the oil and gas names. For a trade, Apache. I mean, they all look pretty damn good. I wanted Apache down in the 15s. Didn't get it. Came right back quick. Lyondell Base. Again, XDiv yesterday. Keep an eye on it. CVE. Really hoping for lower prices. Son of a biscuit. I don't know if I'm going to get it. EQT. Again, I like these. I mean, talk about this like natural gas stuff. Some of these names just, I think we'll be natural gas exporters. It's a lot of what's going on with these trade deals. Last but not least, again, Flex LNG. We talked about channel low, traded channel high. Now just watching. Again, if you want to wait for the channel breakout to buy, cool. Congrats. Either way, I appreciate you guys. Love, support, generous donations. Do yourself a favor. Slap the like button. Leave a comment if you're digging this. And again, if you want to donate, even $5, it's appreciated because, again, it just shows that
It's a connection loss.
Yep. Thank you, Interactive Brokers. It just shows, again, if you appreciate the information. Again, I appreciate everybody in general because, again, this is what we talk about. The emotions are the problem here. The market's going to do what it's going to do. Can you be not a robot, but can you use your emotions to your advantage? All right. Talk to you guys and gals later. Peace.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, your PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.